Do you think science explains everything? So imagine, there are phenomena happening right before our eyes, but all the brightest minds, from NASA to MIT, are completely helpless. And worse, some of these mysteries can be dangerous. This is 10 scientific mysteries about humanity still cannot explain. Mystery 10. The Tao hum. The sound is not from this world. In the town of Taos, New Mexico, some residents repeatedly hear a deep, vibrating, lingering sound. Not the sound of a car, not the wind, not the sound of machines. Sound coming from every direction, and sometimes it seems to come from inside their own heads. Some people describe it as the sound of an underground generator. Others say it was the sound of something moving. But the most shocking thing? The microphone does not pick up that sound. The US government sent sound engineers. Top scientists carry the most modern equipment. Result? Nothing. There is no sound in the environment. So what is happening to thousands of people? What are they listening to? An undiscovered sound wave? A mass hysteria? A signal from underground? Or worse, a form of communication that the human brain unconsciously recognizes, but all scientific equipment is blind. Until today, Tao hum still baffles scientists. No one has an answer. No one understands the origin. No one knows if it is dangerous or not. But those who heard it affirm one thing: this sound is unnatural. It is trying to tell us something. If an invisible sound can keep a town awake, the next mystery is even more terrifying, as it echoes from the deepest and coldest place on Earth. Mystery 9. The Bloop, the heartbeat of the abyss. The strongest sound ever recorded on Earth is not from nuclear bombs, which comes from the ocean floor. And the scariest thing? It does not match any known creature. In 1997, NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, operate a network of hydrophones on the seabed just to record the sound of the ocean. The sound of waves, submarine volcano, creature sounds. But instead, they heard the bloop, a deep, powerful sound, rare to the extent that it was obtained from that way more 5,000 kilometers. To visualize, a creature that wants to make this sound must be bigger than the blue whale, the largest animal that ever lived. And then, the part that sent shivers down the researchers' spines. Sounds like living creatures, but frequency and structure do not coincide with any species. Intensity far beyond any creature ever recorded. It comes from a deep, cold sea that is almost devoid of major life. The hypotheses were rejected one by one. Cracked ice? No frequency. Deep sea volcano? No reverberation. Giant whale yet to be discovered? No depth and area. Artificial sound? No technology at that time could create such frequencies. NOAA's official conclusion is simply the source of the sound could not be determined. This is an unusual acoustic phenomenon that has not yet been explained. In the recordings, there is a detail that makes experts confused. The bloop didn't just ring once. It appears cyclically, as if something huge was moving in the deep sea, and every time it breathes, the sound echoed like a call from the abyss. Some researchers call it the heartbeat of the deep. The writers say, maybe we're not the dominant species on Earth. It's just that thing hasn't surfaced yet. And strangely enough, since 1997, the Bloop never appeared again, as if something has fallen asleep again at the bottom of the ocean, waiting for the right moment to emerge. If the ocean depths could emit a mysterious heartbeat, the next mystery is even more terrifying, because this time it's not hidden at the bottom of the sea, but appeared right in the sky, in front of thousands of people. Mystery 8. Phoenix Lights, the night light that makes America stand in its future. If the Bloop was a call from the abyss, then in 1997, that same year, America witnessed another mystery, but this time in the sky. Not sound, not darkness, but it is a giant string of light hovering over Phoenix, Arizona, and thousands of people saw it. March 13th, 1997, the Phoenix police hotline rang non-stop. People continuously report, there is something flying over our heads. Not an airplane, not a flare. It's extremely large. Some witnesses said the object was nearly 6 feet long, 2 kilometers, moving slowly in absolute silence. Many people described it as a giant triangle with a row of bright lights along its body. The scary thing is, their descriptions are incredibly similar, even though they are complete strangers. The U.S. Air Force immediately issued a statement. It was just a flare in an exercise. But as soon as the denial appeared, a wave of indignation erupted. Witnesses claimed they saw the object fly low, keep the team steady, no sound, and cover the whole sky. A commercial pilot reported to air traffic control, "We are seeing something that is not on any radar map." The control tower replied, "We also didn't see anything on radar." Amateur camera captured more than 5 lights lined up in perfect formation, like a squadron, but silent, like a ghost. An amateur astronomer analyzed the video and had to admit, if this is human technology, then it goes beyond anything we know. Hypotheses were proposed. Flares? Not to hang for tens of minutes. Airplane? No silence is possible. Meteorological phenomenon? Not possible to create a perfect triangle formation. Collective hallucination? Multiple videos from different angles disprove that. Phoenix Lights became the largest UFO event in U.S. history. And if the Phoenix Lights are just mysterious lights in the sky, the next mystery still makes the scientific community restless, because it can disable the entire system of an airplane in about 1 second.
Confirmed. All indicators.
Mystery 7. Plane 239 incident. The Boeing left Jakarta in perfect condition. The sky is clear. Clear vision. Stable device. There were no signs of anything unusual. 38 minutes after takeoff, the entire plane's navigation system turned off at the same time. No warning. No error reported. All the electrical panels went black at once. The pilot called the control center. No signal. Enable backup system. Still silent. The compass started to spin wildly. The needle keeps reversing direction, as if pulled by a very strong magnetic field. On the cockpit radar, a stationary point of light appears. right in front of the runway. No code, no speed. The pilot wrote in the report, "The object is there. Don't move." But we can't change direction. In the cabin, the light flashed and then went out. The plane fell freely for several hundred meters in silence. Then the whole system turned back on as if nothing had happened. No signs of overload, no error code. On ground radar, that moment was recorded, a stationary, clear object, then disappeared as the plane regained control. Data Analysis Investigation Team. No ground wave interference, no magnetic storm, no unusual pilot behavior. There is no physical cause can cause the entire system to shut down and turn itself back synchronized in less than 1 second. An aeronautical engineer said bluntly, "To do that must have an electromagnetic field far stronger than any military device." When reviewing GPS data, they saw the plane side slide several hundred meters in a split second. Not fall, no need to change direction, but as if pulled by a force not part of the normal aerodynamic model. And this is not the only case. At least 17 similar incidents in 25 years. Different airline, different region, but similar in one point. A stationary object appeared close to the plane right when the system shuts down. No one can determine what it is, but all pilots who experienced this phenomenon described the same feeling. It was as if something was watching us. If an object could disable all of the aircraft's equipment, the next mystery is even more terrifying. When hundreds of animal species around the world panic at the same time, as if sensing an invisible signal that science cannot measure. Mystery 6. The animal panic phenomenon. In Peru, tourist cameras capture footage of thousands of seabirds suddenly rushed out of the water at the same time, as if startled by something invisible. No big waves, no strong wind, no vibration. In India, a herd of cows on a farm jumped up in unison, turn and run in the same direction. No strange noises, no light, no smoke smell. In Japan, traffic cameras record dogs and cats run into the corner of the house, whole body shaking, tail stiff. The ground underfoot is completely still. The seismometer recorded no oscillations. Similar reports are appearing more and more. Different continents, different species, different environment. But there is one common thing. All unusual behavior happen in the same few seconds, as if an invisible signal was sweeping through the area. The German Institute of Ecology attached sensors to hundreds of cows and deer. Shocking results. Their heart rates spiked at the same time in different areas, while there is no change about weather, magnetism, or geology. No strong sound waves, constant pressure, no meteorological events. No form of energy is within the capacity of present instruments to measure. In Congo, a thermal camera captured a cold air plume descending for a few seconds, more than 200 meters wide. The temperature dropped suddenly. And at that moment, the wild birds flew up from the treetops, like being swept by something invisible. Meteorological data shows no wind, no fog, no change in humidity. This forced researchers to ask the most difficult question. If the device fails to measure, but the primitive creature reacted extremely strongly, is it a form of signal that lies outside the human perception spectrum? An animal neurologist said, "This response is like an ancient survival mechanism. It happens when the brain perceives absolute danger. The only thing we know is that it's their instinct to react to something we can't see." Reports of animal panic have increased markedly in the last 5 years. Random location, no natural disasters, not seasonal, not according to the climate rules. As if there was an invisible source of influence move around the planet. Silent, shapeless, no trace, but leaving behind instinctive panic in all species. And if animals respond to an invisible signal, then people also began to hear something similar, a sound without a source, no waves measurable, and no lab can reproduce it. Mystery 5. Sound without origin. Vanta signal. In Canada, a geological survey team heard a deep sound echoed underground. Not a machine, not a vibration. The sound lasted for a few seconds and then disappeared. Ground wave measuring device? No record. In Germany, an acoustic engineer tries to record the sound appears at night. Microphone picks up a strange frequency range. Not in the animal range, not in the machinery range. Does not match any geological sound samples. In Australia, people reported a deep, metallic, ringing sound. The sound appeared suddenly, not too loud, but enough to make many people nauseous. In the laboratory, when analyzing the records, the conclusion is no sound structure determined. Each area hears a sound at completely different times. Not by the hour, not by location, not according to the weather. Frequency amplitude does not obey familiar physical laws. No background waves, no secondary oscillation, no clear source characteristics. An American acousticist said, "To create such a sound, there must be an energy source with a completely different structure with what exists on Earth." A team of geomagnetic wave meters placed sensors deep underground. They hear nothing with their ears, but the device recorded a small signal flash. Lasts 0.2 seconds, coincided with the time people reported metallic sounds. When zooming in on the data, that wave
is not like sound wave, not like magnetic waves, not like radio waves. It is like a form of energy, not in natural classification. At a laboratory in Nevada, engineers tried to reproduce sound using wide-frequency generators. They failed. The sounds they make always have a clear beginning and end. The original sound is not. It is more smooth, deeper, like a streak of energy sliding through reality. After comparing data from 6 countries, a geophysicist discovered every time the sound appears, the device recorded a small disturbance in the geomagnetic field, move in a straight line, like a streak of energy touching the ground. No natural disasters, not artificial, no animals, no machines. Like a signal traveling across the planet, touch each area, then disappeared before science could fully record it. If this sound is indeed a signal, the next mystery is even more terrifying. Not what we hear, which is what appears in the atmosphere, moving so fast that even high-speed cameras have trouble keeping up.
It's fascinating, really. The universe communicates not through forces, but through these elegant streams of information.
Ground inspection shot, soil untouched, no blast marks.
Geometric ground marks.
Electric arc,
In
plasma versus
England,
mystery beam.
a farmer wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning. The field in front of the house is still intact. Calm, no wind. 30 minutes later, when the sky was just getting light, the field appeared a perfect circle, nearly 80 meters wide. No footprints, no tracks. The rice is bent in the same direction, but the body is not broken. In Italy, in just one night, a wheat field appears to have a structure of 5 interconnected circles. Largest diameter over 100 meters. Every curve is so precise that laser scanners measure with an error of only 1 to 2 millimeters. No farm equipment, just achieved that precision, just done in minutes. In the US, an infrared camera accidentally recorded the formation of a vortex. No one in sight, no machines. Only see the rice turn darker, as if impacted by a very light source of energy from above. Rotate in a single arc, then stop. Samples collected in many countries show the same characteristics. The rice stalks are evenly curved, as if softened in a few seconds. Not broken, not smashed. No mechanical signs. Cell analysis botanist. Some cells are stretched, as if heated by microwaves. But the ground below had no burn marks. All the drawings are perfect. Absolute rotation center. The circumference is not skewed. The diameter repeats very strange mathematical ratios. No joke. Not like street art, unlike agricultural machinery. A surveying engineer said, "To create this image using current technology, need at least a few hours and must leave a trace. But here, there is nothing. Time of formation, 10 to 15 minutes based on time comparison. No sound, no strange lights. Do not disturb the air. But the rice is bent in the right direction, at the right angle, and at the right center. In some rare cases, the circular edge has a small level of electromagnetic interference. The magnetometer deviates by a few units, then back to normal after a few minutes, as if whatever created the drawing just glided across the ground in silence. Perform an operation with absolute precision, then leave. If perfect structures appear on the ground as if they were installed, the next mystery is even more chilling. When objects appear inside the human body, does not belong to any known alloy.
Mystery 2. Unidentified object source originated in the human body. In Texas, a man went to the doctor because of a sharp pain in his ankle. The X-ray image shows a small object about 7 millimeters long, close to the bone. No incision, no scars, no sign of any object ever penetrating. When surgically removed, they took it to the materials lab. Metal compounds does not match any metal in the database. Not titanium, medical-grade stainless steel, no industrial alloys. Impurity ratio is close to 0, a purity that is difficult to
All right, take a
achieve
deep breath in
with
for me and
current
hold it right there.
smelting. In Sweden, a little girl was X-rayed for a minor injury. The doctor found a metal dot next to the femoral nerve. No wounds, no inflammation. Crystal structure analysis
I need
shows
you to hold very still
it is
and take a nice deep
unlike
breath for me.
any commercial alloy.
You're doing great, almost done.
In California, a middle-aged man had wrist pain. MRI scans show an object that looks like a tiny antenna. After removing, non-contaminated objects, stainless, no deformation, even after being in the body for many years. A materials engineer says, "It seems designed to survive in the biological environment." A report in Russia is even more bizarre. Object located close to the bone marrow. Non-immune, no inflammation, no pain. The body accepts it as if it were
By
always
manipulating the
there.
lattice at a quantum level,
When
we can
analyzing
achieve
the spectrum,
unprecedented stability, as you
some
can see in the
samples for
projection.
energy bands do not match natural metals. The internal grain structure is arranged in a pattern not seen in conventional metallurgy. A private laboratory in New Mexico attempt to reproduce this alloy. They failed. The alloy in the sample has no metallic grain, no oxidation layer, as if created by a process without the use of high temperatures. These objects are found on the arms, legs, back, even near the nervous system. No scars, no stab wounds, no history of surgery. A surgeon admitted, "These objects are unlike any medical or industrial material I have ever encountered." Some objects cause slight interference when placed near the magnetometer. Some low-frequency broadcasts. Some were completely silent. No one knows how they get into the body. No one knows what the purpose is. No one understands why the body doesn't eliminate them. What worries scientists most, many samples have almost identical structures, appear in many countries, different years, on people with no obvious common ground, like someone or something are putting them into the human body on purpose. If those objects puzzle medicine, the ultimate mystery
is beyond all understanding, when reality itself seems unstable.
Mystery number 1. The phenomenon of unstable reality, quantum slip. In Switzerland, a quantum laboratory measuring the oscillation of protons in the chamber. All data is stable until 02:13 a.m. In right part billion second, protons disappear. Not broken, non-ionizing, no collision. It's simply no longer there. A million seconds later, it reappeared in the exact same place. No deviation, no energy change. Physicists say this can't be happening. But it happened. Twice. In Japan, a national laboratory noted similar phenomenon. An electron jumps out of its predicted orbit as if pulled into another state, then returned to the original position. No electric field, no collision, no environmental impact. The disappearance is too clean. No sign of transition, no background noise, like a frame of reality being ignored. In America, in an experiment with rubidium atoms, the system records a repeating signal sequence, as if reality were replaying a segment, 2 times in a row. No device error, no cosmic interference, no geomagnetic event. An engineer analyzed, his voice trembling slightly. It was like reality flickered. At CERN, a research team observed an unusual state in the superconducting chamber. Absolute temperature stability, but a thin band of energy appeared and disappeared, like a tiny crack in the quantum field. No one can explain why. No theory can describe it. No formula can predict it. A quantum physicist said just one sentence: reality is not completely seamless. We only see the surface. When comparing data from 3 continents, they realized something scary. These little incidents happened almost at the same time. A difference of only a few milliseconds, as if the entire reality system encountered a tiny glitch. No one knows the cause. No one knows the real frequency. And no one knows if these glitches could be larger in the future. A researcher asked quietly, if a proton could disappear and come back, then what guarantees bigger things will not do that? The question is no longer why, which is, what is behind what we call reality? What else is there that we have not seen? If you're still reading this, means your curiosity is not normal. If these mysteries touch you, leave it like. Let me know you want this journey to continue. Let's share videos to leave many others wondering. What do we really understand about the world we live in? And if you want to go deeper into the mysteries that science remains silent about, let's subscribe to the channel. Because what you just heard, just the surface,